In this video, we're going to show you how to set up the bank feed rules in Tally Accounts. Firstly, all we need to do is click into the bank module on the left hand side of the screen. If we go to the bank account and click the import button to import our transactions from our bank feed, you will see there is an option at the top for matching rules. If we click in matching rules, we will see that we have an auto assign rule which is turned on, which basically means if the system has a sales invoice or a purchase invoice that matches a transaction in your bank account, it will auto assign it. So it will match that transaction off automatically. For all of our other transactions and our repeat transactions, we can set up rules in the system which will save us having to manually match them using the matching screen. To do that, all we do is click the Create button in the top right hand side. Once we click on here, this is how we can set up a new rule. So I can say every time that you see money coming into my bank, and on my bank statement it says interest, I want you to create a bank transaction, and then we can choose the code. So I'm going to go to interest received again. The VAT is at NA because it's not applicable, and then give that rule a name which says interest and hit save. I would continue to go through my bank statement and create these rules. So every time you see money going out of my bank that says rent, I want you to post that transaction, and again just type the word rent, and then we can choose our 20% VAT on that, and then type the word rent and save, and that set up a rule for rent. I'm going to set up one more to say create a rule which says every time you see money going out of my bank which says cash flow, I want you to create a transaction. You could, if you wanted to, create a purchase invoice for a supplier or a sales invoice for a customer automatically just by any kind of reference that comes through on your bank statement. We're going to go and post a transaction in here, and I'm just going to say materials is the code I want to use, and then VAT 20%, and give that rule a name and hit save. What we will now see, if we go back to our bank feed import screen, if we choose the same date range we chose earlier, and we're going to go from the start of April to the end of April and hit load, instead of having to match all of these transactions manually, just by setting up a few simple rules, we can see it's automatically done this for us. So where it says assign, it means it's used the auto assign rule. So it's found an invoice in my software for £2,050. It's seen the money coming in for £2,050, so it's automatically assigned it. If you have multiple transactions for the same value, it will best guess this on the earliest unpaid and match it around the similar date. If for any reason that was the wrong invoice, you can just press the cross button and then it will bring up the match button again. If you click on match now, you'll see all of your invoices and you can select the correct one. I'm just going to choose that one again and assign it, and we can now see that's been matched off. We can see that my rent has matched to my rent, interest received is going to interest received, and the three transactions which said cash flow in there have actually posted that directly against materials. So using those simple rules within Tally Accounts, you can automatically post the majority of your bank transactions straight into the software, which will save you a lot more time when doing your bookkeeping, and also it will improve your accuracy. I've only got one transaction left to import, so I'm just going to go and bring that in, and I'm going to create a new transaction, and we're just going to post that to other for the time being. Hit create. Now everything's been matched, and I only had to match one of those manually, and then I can click the import button and we can see our 7 transactions have been imported directly into the bank. And that's how easy it is to set up and use the custom rules in the bank feeds in Tally Accounts.